Today, in this live video today, we are going to talk about unexplained infertility. Mu live video yaffe eno leero tugenda kwogera ku kigambo kye tuyise unexplained infertility. Oli couple, you are a couple, you are trying to get pregnant but things are not really working out. You've done the ultrasound scans, you've done the HSGs, and then everything seems to be normal, but you are not getting pregnant. What could be causing this? In this live stream, we are going to discuss everything. Remember to ask all your questions down below in the comments of this video so that I will be able to answer your questions. Mu live stream yaffe eno eya leero tugenda kwogera ku kigambo kye tuyise unexplained infertility. Ojja kusanga nti ogezezaako okubanga ofuna olubuto naye nga bikyakulemeredde. Buli kimu kyonna kyonna okikoze naye kiraga nti tolina buzibu bwonna bwonna naye ate okyalemererwa okubanga ofuna olubuto. Mu video yaffe eno kye tugenda okubanga twogerako. First of all, we are going to begin with the tests that can be done if at all you would really want to find out whether you are having fertility issues or whether you could be having a cause for your infertility. The first test we shall talk about is what we call the pelvic ultrasound scan. First of all, mu video yaffe eno tuli kwogera ku biki ebisobola okubanga bivirako omukyala okubanga tafuna lubuto, era tugambye nti test esooka yeno gye tuyise pelvic ultrasound scan. Kakati buli lwobanga okoze pelvic ultrasound scan egenda kuba etubuulira biki ebigenda mu maaso mu system yo, egenda kuba etubuulira nabanayo yo eri etya, then muli munda omwana mwakulira muli mutya, and then of course n'omumwa gw'abaana guli gutya. Bwe gubanga omumwa gw'abaana munafu then ojja kwetaagisa okubanga ofuna obujjanjabi. Now we are talking about unexplained infertility, but I was saying that before you do confirm that you could be having unexplained infertility, you actually have to do some tests. And the first test I was talking about is the pelvic ultrasound scan. It can show how your womb is, how your fallopian tubes are, how your ovaries are, and then of course it can give us a clear picture of everything about your system. If you are trying to get pregnant and things are not working out, it is high time you did some checkups to find out what could be happening. But if you are a particular person, you as a couple, you've done the tests and everything seems to be normal, but you are not getting pregnant, then you could be having what we call unexplained infertility. Mbadde ndigamba nti obanga gwe nga agezezaako okubanga afuna olubuto naye nga bikyakulemeredde, ogezezaako buli kimu kyonna kyonna bikyakulemeredde okubanga ofuna olubuto, wayinza okubanga waliwo obuzibu, wayinza okuba maybe omumwa gw'abaana munafu, oba wayinza okuba nga maybe ensekezo zaziba, oba wayinza okuba nga maybe amajigo tegakola bulungi, kye tuyita dysfunctional ovaries. Wandeetaagisa okubanga oyogera n'omukugu akunnyonnyole biki byennyini ebiri okuviirako okubanga toli kufuna lubuto. geraldmassathehealtheducator ge mannya aga channel yaffe. Nyiga epesa eya red o subscribing oleme okumissinga videos ziteekayo buli kanaku. You press the red button so that you subscribe, so that you do not miss new videos about fertility we put out every day. On this channel, we do create awareness about fertility and reproductive health. We are talking about unexplained infertility. We've talked about one of the tests that can be done to confirm that you could be having unexplained infertility, and the first test I've just talked about is the pelvic ultrasound scan. I've said that the pelvic ultrasound scan gives us a whole picture of how your womb is, of how your uterus is. It actually gives us a whole picture of how your fallopian tubes are. When your fallopian tubes are blocked, then of course on the ultrasound scan it will show that yes, your tubes are distended or they are filled up with fluid. But remember, the ultrasound scan is not the final test you'll be doing as a woman trying to get pregnant. If you do the ultrasound scan and then it shows that there's fluid in your fallopian tubes, then my best recommendation is that you need to go ahead and do another test The test I'm talking about is what we call an HSG test. An HSG scan is actually also known as a hysterosalpingogram. This is done in specialist radiological centers. Test eno gye ndi okwogerako esobola okulaga oba ensekezo zaaziba oba tezaaziba, yeno gye tuyita HSG scan. HSG eno ekolebwa mu malwaliro amatini ennyo agali specialized. For example, wano mu Uganda eddwaliro nga ery'Emmengo bakola HSG scans ennungi. Mengo Hospital bakola HSG scans ennungi, HSG tests ennungi. Ate oba omaze okufuna results ezo osobola okuba nga ate oyogera n'omukugu wo oba dokita wo n'akunnyonnyola biki by'olina okuba nga okola. Singa HSG scan efuluma n'eraga nti yes, ensekezo zaaziba, then automatically oba olina okumakinga sure nti or undergoing a treatment. Treatment of blocked fallopian tubes may include unblocking, what we call tubal unblocking. Tubal unblocking can be done by a contrast media. There's a chemical which will be inserted into your tubes. Itself, it can actually do the unblocking, but still, depending on your doctor's decision, they could actually do it by use of a special instrument in the theater. This you will discuss with your doctor. Tuli kwogera ku biki byosobola okubanga okola obanga obadde ozuuliddwa nti olina kye tuyita blocked fallopian tubes oba olina infertility issues ng'ate eziri kuva ku kuba nti enseke zaaziba. So remember to ask me all your questions. If you do have any questions, ask all your questions down below in the comments. I will be able to answer all your questions. I'm talking about unexplained infertility. And I was just saying that one of the tests that can be done if you are told you want to confirm whether you are having fertility issues is the pelvic ultrasound scan. We've talked about the HSG special scan, which actually shows where the blockage is. And then the other test is a test whereby your doctor will actually take a look at how your hormones are. Test endala doctor wo gy'ajja okusaba oba test endala doctor wo gy'ajja okuba ng'akola yeeno eya hormones okulaba hormones zo ziri zitya. Talking about hormones, these are chemical messengers of your body. Every girl is born with special hormones that make her a girl, and then every boy is born with special hormones that make him a boy. Specifically in men, we know that they actually have high levels of testosterone. So there are some men with low levels of testosterone. It's basically it's a hormone for men, but if it's low, then there's going to be issues, okay? This particular man can actually end up having futures that are really similar to women. And then every girl is born with hormones that make her a girl. These hormones specifically include prolactin, which specifically is responsible for bringing out the breasts of girls. And then, of course, follicle stimulating hormone, which is responsible for actually bringing about stimulation of your follicles or eggs. And then, of course, there's what we call the luteinizing hormone, LH, which is responsible for bringing about ovulation or the release of a mature egg on the 14th day when you actually are going to be getting pregnant. And then there's another hormone known as estrogen, which prepares your womb, the lining of your uterus, for pregnancy. If pregnancy does not happen, then estrogen hormone will drop to 0, and then of course you'll see your periods. If pregnancy happens, then the estrogen hormone will still remain high for a particular period of time as the baby is growing, as the embryo is growing. Then lastly, there's this particular hormone known as progesterone. Progesterone is also known as a pregnancy-friendly hormone. So progesterone specifically rises, it keeps on rising when implantation has taken place or when fertilization has taken place. So mbadde ndikwogera ku test endala esobola okuba nga ekolebwa kugwe abadde agezezaako okuba nga ofuna olubuto naye nga bikyakulemeredde. Test eno gye ndi okwogerako yeno gye tuyita eya fertility hormonal screen test. Fertility hormonal screen test tuba tugenda kuba twetegereza hormones zo gwe ng'omukyala ziri zitya, and then of course n'omwami naye aba agenda kuba nga yeekebejjebwa okuzuula ye ali atya. Yandiba nga maybe alina obuzibu ne hormones ze, yandiba nga alina obuzibu ne hormone gye tuyita testosterone, n'olaba nga ate enkwaso ze oba alina kye tuyita low sperm count, enkwaso nga ntini nnyo ate nga nnafu. Why? Because hormone emufuula okubanga omusajja awera oba omusajja asobola okuba nga afulumya enkwasa ezimala, ogenda okulaba nga ate ebeera low. So in such cases tuba tusobola okumanya ekyokukola. And then of course waliwo ne test ekebera hormone gye tuyita follicle stimulating hormone, also known as FSH. Hormone eno era naye ebesobola okuba nga ebeera measured, kuba webanga eri wansi kiba kitegeeza omukyala agenda kufuna obuzibu n'amagi ge. And then of course waliwo ne hormone endala gye tuyita progesterone, eyo erayizinga ennyo ng'omukyala afunye olubuto. And then waliwo ne hormone gye tuyita estrogen, yo yegezaako okulaba nga etegeka ekisenge ky'anabaana omukyala waba abadde asuubira okufuna olubuto. Waba tafunye lubuto, then hormone eno gye tuyita estrogen eba egenda ku droppinga. Kati we droppinga wansi, then kiba kitegeeza nti waba wagenda kubeerawo obuzibu. So tuli kwogera ku cases zino zonna, era kirungi nnyo okumakinga sure nti okola check-ups zino n'omanya ekituufu kyennyini, biki byennyini ebikulemeseza okuba nga ofuna olubuto. We've been talking about unexplained infertility, and remember, if you do have any questions, just go down in the comments of this video, in the comment section, and then ask all your questions. Remember to press the red button so that you do not miss new videos we release every day. On this channel, Gerald Massa, the Health Educator, we do create awareness about fertility and reproductive health. Ask me all your questions about fertility, and then I will answer all your questions. Thanks a lot for watching today's video, and see you tomorrow in my next video. All the best, and may God bless and protect us all. Bye-bye. Just so then stuff is still live.